got some fun stuff today. So I decided to go over insurance mistakes. I started trying doing the top 10, ended up separating them into the mistakes a lot of people make on auto insurance and mistakes people make on home insurance. And by mistakes, this is most of the time the agent that's making those mistakes. But how are you to know if you trust them to do your insurance?
I know.
The first one on auto, not adding all the household members. So everyone in your home that you live with needs to be rated in some way on your auto policy, even roommates. So even if you're young and you live out of town or you live with roommates, it's you and two other guys or two other girls, because they're household members, they need to be rated on your policy either as excluded or drivers. Now, if they have the same driving record as you, if they're the same age, the same risk, or better, it's not going to cost them on your insurance. And the reason for this is if you have a roommate and say they want to borrow your car, right? And they want to just run to the store real quick and they get into an accident. If the insurance company finds out that they're household residents, not listed on the policy, they'll most likely deny that claim. And the reason is, I can let John drive my car all I want. He doesn't live with me. But someone who lives with me, insurance companies feel that the risk is higher, which it is because they're right there. They have a higher chance of driving your car than not. So if they're not listed on there and they do drive and there is an accident, it will most likely get denied. And the big mistake is whether they're related or not. Well, if they're not my family members, it's my car. If they live with you, just ask your agent. It's probably going to be free. Shopping based on price. You'll see things online, quote your auto insurance, just put in your information. Some of you might have done this. What happens is your phone gets blown up for 3 weeks of phone call after phone call, and all they're doing is giving you quotes based on price. So they're giving you baseline coverage, $15.35, no uninsured motorists. They're probably quoting you without full coverage whether your car is new or not, and they're probably quoting you with companies that are not good companies. If your insurance is underwritten correctly, if your agent knows the industry, knows the discounts, knows where to place you, because I used to work for one of these bad brokerage like Freeway Insurance, and I hated it with all the broker fees and everything like that. And from my experience there to my experience now, I usually find better rates than what they did, even using those subpar companies and dropping coverages and everything that they do. So don't shop on price. Just find an agent that you know or a company that you know is going to give you quality insurance and ask questions and have them explain it. Not adding a vehicle right away. So if you purchase a car, each company is different. They'll ask for your insurance information, they'll give them your current insurance. You're going to get assumed coverage on that car for a period of time, all right? And that's different per company. Some companies it's 48 hours, some companies let you go as 3 weeks or a month before you actually call them, give them the VIN number, your finance information, it's a new car to officially add that car to the vehicle. People are excited to have a new car, they just forget to do it. A couple weeks goes by, they get into an accident, you might not be covered on that car, so that's a big mistake that people make. No traffic school. You get a ticket. Okay, it doesn't matter if you've had no tickets for 15, 20 years and you're like, oh, it's just a stop sign ticket. Whatever. I'm just going to pay the ticket. Don't do that. If you ever can take traffic school, they have it online now. It's real easy. Your insurance is going to go up anywhere from 25, maybe even more %.
You can get your kids to do it for you.
Yeah, exactly. Just any way you can do it. Just don't do it because you think that you've had a clean record or it's only one ticket that you're better off, because you're not. If you can do traffic school, always do traffic school. Now, if you're within that 18 months and you've already did it, well, then just stop getting tickets. That's your next best thing. Last one for auto is unnecessary coverage and missing coverage. That goes back to having a bad agency or a bad broker who just doesn't put uninsured motorist on there, figuring that it's not important coverage. You're probably saving less than 10% off your auto insurance by not adding uninsured motorists. Anthony knows it's an incredibly inexpensive part of your policy. Full coverage on old vehicles. That's another part of that I see weird coverage. I'll see someone with a 1995 Toyota Corolla, they have full coverage on it. This car's $1,500. They have a $500 deductible. They're paying $200 a year to have this coverage on a car that's only worth $1,500, right? And a lot of times they just don't understand what it means, full coverage. More than half the people I talk to when I go into coverage and explain it doesn't quite understand what full coverage is. But Yeah, don't do that. Just it's all based on your value. You know, if the car is worth $10,000, $5,000, $6,000, and it only cost you a couple hundred or whatever it is to have that full coverage on there, or if something did happen to your car and you would not have the ability to replace it right away and you need it for work, that's another good reason to have full coverage regardless of the cost, as long as it's not extravagant. So we'll go over to home. Biggest mistake I see on a lot of homeowners insurance policies is having a low dwelling value. If you've had the same insurance for 10 years, 5 years, however long it is, or even a new policy that you get, each company has their own rating system. So they have a computer software, they'll put in your address, it'll pull all the information from the internet, or the agent will put in the details, square footage, when it was made, type of roof, things like that, if it has a pool. And the software will print out just, here's what it costs to replace the home. The next step that every agent needs to do is check that against what the average cost to rebuild in California is right now, at least $190 a square foot right now. So if an agent that works for, say, AAA or a captive agency, right, they're just basically a phone call to you, a 1-800 number. They're just going to take whatever the computer says, throw it in there. You're happy because you have a good rate, but then lo and behold, something happens, there's a fire, you lose your home, you don't have enough to rebuild. So that's a big one. I see that a lot. Not updating renovations like solar. So if you do a major renovation, you add solar panels on there, room additions, you used to have carpet and tile, and now you just put marble floors over the entire house, like gold faucets and everything. You want to let your agent or your homeowner's insurance know about that, because that's going to affect the value of your home. If they're rating you on a home that has just carpet and old fixtures and a home that was made 1950s, never updated, and you don't update that and you have a loss, you're going to get a check for 1950s carpet, tile updated, instead of all the work that you just put into your renovation. And it's probably going to be little cost, if any, to add those upgrades of renovation. Wrong policy type. There's policies for homes you live in. There's policies for homes that you rent. I've seen a few times where I say I lived at this address, then I bought a new home, but I kept this home and I'm now renting it out. However, I don't update the policy. It still has a policy as I live there, as a secondary and primary dwelling when I have tenants. So if something happens to that home and they discover there's tenants living there, that's a completely different risk than a live-in home. They'll probably deny the claim outright. So those are another thing you need to update with your agent. Filing small claims. That's probably the biggest one. I've seen, most of the claims I do see on homes are small. $2,000, $3,000, $1,800, $2,500. Don't file $1,800, $2,000, $3,000, $3,500 claims. What it does is, having a claim on your homeowner's policy is going to increase it quite a bit, especially of the type of claim. And certain claims like theft, certain types of water loss, you'll just get dropped altogether from your insurance when it renews. Now you get to experience the fun of trying to find new homeowners insurance with a recent claim. And I can tell you you're probably going to pay twice what you will for 3 years, because that's how long the claim's going to be on your record. The other thing on claims that I have, keep a high deductible if you can. Average is about $1,000 per home, which is perfectly fine. $2,000 is even better because it saves you money on your premium and it will keep you from filing those small claims. The other part with filing claims on your homeowner's insurance is, if you have AAA, depending on what agency you have, if you don't have a personal agent helping you, and you call, say, AAA and say, hey, I think, something happened, I think I'm going to file a claim. You just did. So even if they say, oh, it's a water claim and the payout's going to be $1,500 and you have $1,000 deductible, so here we'll give you $500. You're like, no, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Claim's already been filed. And now the payout's going to be zero on your claims report, which makes other insurance companies even more nervous than actually seeing a dollar amount. Because if I have a water claim and it says $0, and I'm looking at this as another insurance company, did you not fix the problem? Did you have a water leak and there could be mold or whatever it is in there going on because no money was paid out? So anytime you want to file a claim, first of all, you should have a personal agent no matter what. And then anytime you want to file a claim, you should talk to him first before calling the company. Because if you call the company, it's already too late. Last part of my speech here. Oh, yeah, one more. Not combining policies. David can attest to this. Someone might not own a home, they have AAA insurance, they go buy a home. David or another real estate agent refers to a referral partner or someone they know, maybe State Farm, to the homeowner's policy. The customer's already overwhelmed with everything that's involved with buying a home. The last thing they're worried about is insurance, so they'll just take whoever's word for it, they'll get a policy. It'll probably be a good policy, but now we have auto with AAA and home with State Farm or Farmers, and we're missing out on anywhere from 15 to 25% of the discount. Not to mention the companies that give you the best rates with combined policies are usually different companies than will give you the best rates with standalone policies. So odds are you should move everything to another company. That's going to be your best savings. The solution to the problem: use an independent broker that's only appointed with quality carriers, like myself. So what I do is I explain the coverage you need, I shop the rates for you, I know all the discounts, all the underwriting of each one of the companies that I work with. I can offer you alternatives. AAA, they're basically going to force their product on you. They're going to say, because that's all they have is AAA. They say, here's your auto quote. They say, I don't like it. They're like, well, here's the same quote. They don't have another opportunity to give you, so their priorities fixed. Having a personal agent, he'll know all your exposures. So I know if you're looking at umbrella insurance, if you have multiple properties that are all with different carriers, if you're one of my clients, I know all your exposures. I can make sure that all your liability is protected over everything you own, even if it's multiple properties. You get a personal relationship. So you can start out as an 18-year-old single guy driving a car with no full coverage. 10 years down the road, you're married, you have 2 houses, 3 cars, a young kid. Your insurance is going to be completely different. All through those transitions, I can help my clients every step of the way of whatever it's going to be. And I make it easy. I don't charge my clients anything. All shopping I do is free. All the maintenance I do is free. I get compensated from companies, not my clients. And I represent clients themselves, not the company. So I don't have any one company's priority to push. I just basically take you for who you are, find the best place for you to be, and the best rate at the same time. I know I'm out of time. I'm just going to pass this out. This is just a little form I made because there's not a lot of information that goes into quoting insurance, so I wanted to do a printout just to show everyone how little it is. You can just keep this in your binder or something if you run across anyone that mentions a quote. You can hand it out, or at least you know what information is needed, very little, and then there's some companies, the main companies that I work with at the bottom. So do we have time for questions? Any questions?
Any questions?
I didn't even jump all right.